Alrighty, welcome to episode 328 of the Current Gen podcast. It's just Tim and Jeff today. Okay, we're gonna get all
The
Jeffed up.
T and J podcast. Yeah, we're gonna get
Jeffed
up, y'all. You can't even
get
see the
Jeffed
J.
up.
I don't know how to do it when it's like
there's
mine.
J. That looks like it just says let's get effed up.
It does. I can't do it on the because it's like reverse.
There's a J.
Yeah.
I promise there's a J. That's so funny. Oh man. Yeah. So if you guys were wondering, you can buy your own merch. Jeff discovered that this week, and very exciting.
Somebody's probably already made it somewhere. I guarantee you.
Someone's probably made it. Just look for it. There's probably one for me as well. I just haven't looked, but I'll find one. But Kyle and Dan are both dead. Maybe next week they'll be alive. We'll see. So it's just myself and Jeff.
Somehow they have returned.
Somehow they will return. Somehow they will return. That's not a reference to anything. No one get upset.
Nope.
It's fine. Everything's fine.
Everything's great.
That's a good explanation. Okay. All right. So here's what we're gonna do. We got a brand new game that's out this week. Star Fox. You just caught what I just said, didn't you? It's a good explanation.
I think perfectly logical. I don't need anything else. I don't need any context.
That's all the depth I need for my favorite franchise ever. So anyway, speaking of that franchise that we're not talking about, Star Fox, which doesn't even hesitate to borrow heavily from Star Wars. When this game launched in the 90s, it wasn't even pretending it wasn't taking straight away from the X-Wing vibes and the Star Wars vibes, but it did kind of carve its own separate feeling, of course, with the characters being all animals and with it being a very silly Saturday morning cartoon style, story and that kind of thing. So it did carve its own space out, but I just feel like Star Fox as a Nintendo property never really found its footing, like what it wanted to be. It did have a fan base. It's always had fans, people that really enjoy it. I know Kyle really enjoys it. I've always liked it. It's been a lot of fun to play, but it never really carved out exactly what it is. Is it just an on-rails arcade shooter, or is it when it's tried to do more than that? Do people want that? So there's been mixed results for sure. Everything from that Dinosaur Planet game, Star Fox Adventures, that came out in the GameCube. That was kind of a weird one, but I did like it. I played that game and liked it, but it was definitely not what I expected from a Star Fox IP game. So we're back now, though. We're back with the real thing. We've got the remake. Oh, let me turn off the sound. In this remake of Star Fox 64, the team at Nintendo has brought us, I think, one of the more shockingly visually appealing versions of this.
Oh my god!
Outside of maybe the character designs. Some people don't like the character designs. I think they look great though. But
I think they look fine. Let's settle down.
Same. But yeah, it's really gorgeous. I know you at least played the demo, right, Jeff? You liked the demo for this?
Yeah, I got through that demo, which is, of course, it's like the training level or whatever, get yourself acclimated level, and the first mission. Dude, I had a blast. I was juggling so many games that I'm like, can I reasonably buy this? And I know it's short if you just want to play it one time.
Yeah.
I don't know why I would, though. I probably would play it way more than once. But could I commit the time to that, even that, right now, with all the games that I'm already juggling? And right now, not really.
Yep.
Maybe I'll be able to get to it before Doom DLC. Like that. I mean, that's like in a week or so.
Oh, yeah.
So
yeah, that's going out soon.
That sounds like a reasonable time frame to play it and get it, or not in that order, but but it's super fun and it plays fantastic. I just remember N64.
Yeah.
That was the last version of this I ever played because I didn't have a GameCube, and I'm sure they remade it for the 3DS or something, right? I can't remember how many times they remade this game.
It was on a 3DS. Yep, there was a Star Fox. Yep.
But I didn't play that one because I got a 3DS way too late, so I didn't end up getting that game. So yeah, this is like the first time touching it since N64, and I just remember N64 being kind of like a pain point a little bit mainly because I just sucked at the controls and I was young, I guess. But now that I'm an adult, I'm a little more patient, of course, and also you can adjust inverting the axis of flying and stuff. Not that I don't think I can't even remember if the N64 offered that or not. But in this one, I'm like, hell no, I need to be able to just go up is up, and down is down. I can't do inverted. I just can't.
Yeah, I
But
switched
yeah,
it immediately because it defaults to the inverted setup, which
it
must be what
does.
it was old school. And maybe I was just used to it then, but I've certainly my brain's been trained now that that's not how I
Hmm.
do flying type games. So I switched it immediately, and yeah,
Yeah,
I'm fine with it.
it
Yeah,
felt good. It felt good immediately too
it
after I
felt
did that,
good.
and the shooting
Yeah,
is just oh it's so fun, and the cinematic elements. Like just look at the freaking asteroid field in the first mission that we're looking at here. If
yeah.
you're watching on YouTube, um,
Hmm.
I mean, Switch Two is just hell of a piece of hardware, man. They worked their Nintendo
It's
magic, and
impressive.
when
Yeah,
you're docked and you're playing on 4K, it is awesome to look at.
yeah, yeah. It's delivering visuals that I know as Nintendo fans, we've always wanted Nintendo to up their game ever since really the Wii, when they took a clear step behind on the technological prowess of their machines. Like I think the
That's
GameCube was
true.
pretty close to on par with Xbox and PS2. There's some pretty good parity with the power they could output. You know, obviously some had more power than others, but they were generally the same. Wii was like kind of just a barely improved GameCube in terms of power. It just had all the gimmicks, that came with it
Yeah,
with the
but the gimmick
motion
sold too.
controls.
Like the gimmick was like,
And the
okay,
gimmicks sold.
we gotta find a new thing that's a gimmick, and then fortunately they found it with Switch, and they're not going to
Yeah.
deviate from that. I don't think anytime soon,
Yep.
which is
Yep.
fine with me
Exactly.
as long as I can play
Yep.
at 4K somewhere. I'm okay.
Yeah. So in this first mission, I had forgotten about some of these things, but they just kind of come back to you like riding a bike. Like, completing Falco's little challenge gets you under the waterfall, which then gets you a different boss fight, which then takes you to Sector Y instead of the normal path. And so, like all these different,
Ah,
it does reward you for trying different things, completing different challenges in the levels. There's tons to unlock in this. There's lots of challenges to complete. Especially if you're really good at the game and you go into hard mode, trying to complete challenges and stay alive. And you can't
no
use any
kidding.
continues in hard mode. So yeah, the game is not necessarily easy, but it's also if you've played it before, chances are pretty
Hmm.
good you were able to just fly through it if you grew up playing this because it is very much the same game, just with a brand new coat of paint um, that's powering it. Like just it just looks way better, as you can see here. The level of detail, the explosions, the frame rate is
Just
incredible. Like yeah,
even the way
it's
the
really
enemies
impressive.
fly at you, the detail of which the enemies
Yeah.
exist.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah. And I've
it's
always
great.
loved the lock on with Star Fox. I've always loved the ability to do that.
Me
And
too.
so they do the lock on really well with this. And so I like that a lot too. But it definitely feels like arcade. It's an arcade style shooter. You're picking up power
Hmm.
ups. You're on a linear path, except um for very specific kind of what do they call it? He says go to not free roam. It's like an open mode. I'm always blanking on what it's called. But anyway, the idea is there you can do more
I thought it was
dogfighting, and
called
there's
free roam, but yeah, yeah,
it
I know
might
what you're
be.
talking about. Yeah, where
Yeah.
the map is kind of
He
more
calls it
open
like
and you can just
all
go
all
around.
direction mode or something, and then your wings kind of
Yeah,
expand out a little more, and then there's the boss fights that way. There's a few other things there, but anyway, most of it's on rails and it's pushing you in one direction, and you have one shot at making the shot or going through the secret area or getting to the power up before the building collapses or the door closes or whatever might be the case. So it really does benefit you to play the level, just go with your instincts, do what's fun, and then go back again, learn the level, and you can start to master it and really get all the power ups and complete all the challenges. It is a lot of fun. It really is a lot of
yeah,
fun. So
yeah.
I've played it for maybe 2 hours or so over the past couple days, and the first playthrough was humbling at how long it's been since I've played it because I wasn't great at it. I was like,
Mm.
I've played this so many times, I'm gonna crush it. So I tried it on hard, and that was a really bad idea. So I'm back on normal, like a normal person. I would even suggest easy for folks if they're not necessarily looking to, if you're not trying to impress anybody. Who cares? Just play it on easy. It doesn't really matter.
Yeah,
But
I'm on easy because I just want to get through the levels first as a
yeah,
to remind myself. I don't
yeah,
remember a lot of this. I really don't. I remember the tank
yeah.
mission for sure, but
Yeah, there's certain
yeah,
moments
there's
like when
just a
a
lot of stuff.
boss flies onto screen and then turns around and faces you. That triggered like this memory of I remember that in the N64. Like, these certain moments that I very much remember seeing. But anyway, um, as you said, the cutscenes are great. The little dialogue moments are good. It To me it maintains a nice high quality, high production value. It is $50, so it's not a full price game, but it's also very short. Like if you're good at this game, you can coast through it in just probably one, maybe two sittings if you really need it. But probably one sitting, you can
Yeah.
get through one playthrough. But then you need to go back and do the alternate routes and find the secrets and get all the unlockables. Oh my gosh, that picture!
That is horrifying.
I know. I remember that though.
I do
That's what
too.
I think. That was like a Nintendo Power back in the '90s or something like that. They had
Yes.
that
Oh my
picture.
God, I was subbed
And
to that. Yeah.
I was like, that is terrifying. So anyway, but Star Fox is out. Hey, and it's great. I highly recommend it to folks. It is a great way to show off the Switch 2 if you're looking for something that is honestly just kind of popcorn chomping summer fun type of an experience. This one fits the bill. This will do that. It's very lightweight. You don't have to think super hard to play this. So it is it's great. I think it's really, really great. So Star Fox. And by the way, I don't know if they're planning on more. I don't know why they didn't just call it Star Fox 64 remake. I don't know why they just went back to the name Star Fox. Who knows? Are they planning on making a direct sequel for the Switch 2 or the Switch 3, whatever, and just calling it Star Fox 2? I don't know what the plan is, but what I
Yeah.
do know is that this is a great one. This is
I
really
would
good.
hope this is like a testing the waters type of situation. But you never know with Nintendo. It's
Yeah. Yeah. I agree. By the way, the names are hilarious. There's a pig and his name is Pigma. You know what I mean? Like it's just funny. Like Slippy's name, his last name is Toad. I don't know. It's just very funny the names that they've picked. They're not even trying to. I don't know. It's very '90s cartoon, man. Like it's very '90s
yeah,
cartoon
yeah. They
stuff.
took the same. It's literally, I mean, it's a remake, but it's also like respecting the spirit of the Saturday morning cartoon that we
Yeah,
adored from the 64 version.
yeah.
They're not taking it. Nothing's too serious in this at all.
It is funny because it's Star Fox. His last name is Fox, and he's a fox. You got Peppy Hare. His last name is Hare, I'm pretty sure, and he's a hare. You got Slippy Toad, obviously, and then you got
And
Falco
toads are slippy,
Lombardi.
of course.
You got
Yeah,
Falco
Falco
Lombardi. I'm like,
Lombardi.
oh, those grumpy Italians or something. I don't know
Yeah.
what that's about. I'm not sure what that
It's
is.
like, and then we got a Steve Smith. What?
Oh, yeah, very, very funny. I
Make it
love it.
make
But yeah,
sense.
this one's really good. I know that Kyle on the first night it came out had already played through. He was messaging us that he had already rolled the credits on his first run through and he's going to do another one. So he's also just kind of that, as I mentioned, that kind of remembering how to ride a bike. As soon as you get on there, you're like, oh yeah. And so he's finding all the secrets, and I know he's been really enjoying it. He's got a lot to say about it for next week as well. But Jeff, I know this
Spoilers.
isn't the only
He hates it though. He hates it.
he does hate it. He did say
Yeah,
that.
he hates it
Yeah.
so much. Yeah.
Somehow he hates it. But the the thing that we were going to talk to you a couple weeks ago about, Jeff, it was probably 2 weeks
Yeah.
ago. You finally got yourself a Switch 2. You finally
Yeah.
procured one.
Yeah.
It's in your hands. Now, the Switch 2 has been out for a year. It's had a price increase. Now that we look at the landscape of the pricing of everything from, PC parts to phones to new consoles and, Steam machine, all these things that are being
Mhm.
priced, and we're seeing the price increases. How does that Switch 2 value feel to you as a new purchaser? I don't think this price had gone up quite yet, but how do you feel about the value of the Switch 2 for what you paid for
I
it?
definitely
What do you think about it so far?
I feel like a genius for getting it when I did, because I think the price increases in the fall, and they warned you way in advance, like, we're going to increase it.
The
We
other
have no
one said
choice.
prices going up, and then it
That's the
was up like
market.
that day. I feel like Switch
Yeah.
gave us like a 5-month heads up.
They did, and Sony gave us like a few weeks, and I think Xbox just announced they're increasing theirs too and getting rid of their 2 terabyte version of the Series X, which it sucks because that one is actually legit kind of cool. But they're
You should
like,
just
look,
get rid of the
nobody's going to
Series
buy
S
this
and
thing.
give you you should get
Yes.
a trade-in value for the Series S and just get rid of that thing.
Just keep
But
the 2
whatever.
terabyte one. Why are we still doing the Series S at all? Like, people have a hard time.
don't know.
Like, developers had a hard enough time. Like, anyway, it's fine. Everything's fine.
It seems like it's easier to develop for the Switch 2 than it is for the Series S. Like,
yeah,
it seems like
you're either going
companies
1080. You're going 1080p, and that's easier to max out, or you're going 4K, which most developers are doing now for AAA or
That's
AAA
right.
adjacent experiences. 1440 is a freaking nightmare, and I understand the hardware and internally is just not great to work with, at least.
Yeah. How do you optimize it for something like that? Anyway,
yeah,
I digress. You've got to switch to.
I got to switch to.
I know for sure. Did you buy the like the little Welcome to the Switch game that was like $20? Did you get that?
No, I don't even think there
You know what I'm
was
talking
an
about?
opportunity for that. No.
It's in the shop still. I gotta.
Huh.
I can't remember what it's called. Because I
But
listen,
I
when I
will.
bought it, I was way too excited and I was willing to spend money. And I will
Yeah.
say it was a nice little museum-y thing. Think of like the way Astrobot stuff does some of the museum-y stuff. Not quite as fun as that, obviously.
Is it kind of like when
But
Xbox did their whatever year anniversary it was, and you can go through every single console or whatever? But I don't. I know
it had a
Astrobot
little
had
bit
like
of that,
gameplay for that,
but
but
it was
yeah.
mostly about this system, and it was
Hmm.
showing you all the features. Now, some of the funny stuff was when it was explaining to you. It was very like Michael Scott. Explain it to me like I'm 5 years old. They're explaining to you like how frames per second works and why 60 is so much better. So that kind of stuff was very funny.
Making snobs out of
Um,
everybody now.
I mean, yeah, it really was very funny.
Now they're like,
Um,
"Mom, I want 60 frames per second in my shooters." Freaking
yeah, I can't remember
kids.
what the game was called. It was called it was Let's was it Let's? No, it wasn't Let's. Gosh, I can't remember what it was.
Let's switch
I'm
to
looking through their list. Let's switch to.
this the Switch 2 to Switch 2.
I can't. I'm looking at even Nintendo's like press release about the games that's gonna launch with. I don't
Oh
even.
yeah, that did not come with my. I know for ripped off. No, I'm kidding. So I paid an extra. I paid an extra 50. I got the bundle that lets you choose one of 3 games, and the 3 games I had to choose between were Bonanza, Mario Kart World, or Pokopia.
Oh,
We
yeah.
all know I'm not a Pokemon guy, so I'm not getting that game. But but Bonanza was like a
Although
no
it's
brainer because
not a Pokemon
it's
game, but you're also not. You're not like a farming life sim game either, person, right?
no, I'm
Necessarily.
not that kind of
Okay,
gamer.
because that's what that is. Yeah.
Although I heard that game is
Oh,
incredible
there it
and
is. It's
reviewing
the
extremely
Welcome
well.
Tour. That's what it's called. Nintendo Switch 2
Oh,
Welcome
okay.
Tour. Yeah.
It's probably already in there, like for hey, you have Switch 2, it's free, you can get it or whatever. I don't know, but
If it's
I don't
free
know.
now, that's great. I know it cost money when I first got it, which I thought was dumb, but I did
I
go
do
through and
remember that
play it,
being like a
and
complaint
it
at
teaches
launch
you
too.
about
Like
like the
people
mouse
were like,
controls and stuff. It has
yeah,
mini games, so it
right.
teaches you the controls. But anyway,
I
it's
remember people
interesting. It
complaining
should have
about
been
that
free.
at launch.
Yeah,
Like, why would you not just include that in your
it should have been
freaking
free.
game,
It
like
should
the
have just been
Astrobot
installed.
Playroom? But whatever, that's fine. Uh,
Yeah,
Somehow
exactly.
it was not installed. So
Somehow.
Switch 2. The Switch 2 kind of felt like a no-brainer after I saw the direct that happened a couple weeks ago or a week ago, whenever it was.
Oh
I'm
yeah,
losing track of time. But it was just the
yeah,
stuff that they were continuing to show as either
yeah,
third-party games that were finally coming to the Switch 2 in a competent state, no less. I've heard, mostly great things about the AAA games that have hit that console, or the games
yep.
that are about to come out in like this year, or the games that are coming like,
Mm-hmm.
you know, Ocarina of Time remake or whatever. Like, okay,
Yeah.
well, I should probably
When's
get
that
this
coming
thing.
though? Yeah.
Yeah, they said 2026, and all of us are like, don't,
Uh,
don't. Can you not?
don't do it. Also, you're not gonna like you showed the teaseriest of teaser trailers. Like there
Yeah, it's
was
him laying
nothing
down.
even
There you go.
remote
Boom.
like, and they didn't say like, hey, there's a treehouse event coming up in July to dig into this. They didn't say that. It was just
No.
2026. I'm like, yeah, right. Get out
Yeah,
of
and if
here,
they did mean it, it
2026.
would be like the one of the last weeks of the year is my guess. But even then, that's still
Yeah.
GTA 6 is going to be so massive, and we're just going to want to keep playing it over and over again. I don't know why you'd bother.
Can I just make
Personally,
a
that's just my
prediction? Because
personal
I
take.
think Nintendo does not care about what other companies are doing, and sometimes they want you to
That's
know
a
how much they
good
don't
point.
care. They might
Yeah.
release it on the same day as GTA 6, just to be like, "What game? What are you talking about?
What?
What?
It's
Not
not coming to
sure
our
what you mean."
console. What are you talking
Yeah,
about?
this is the only game coming out today. What are you
This is
referring
the
to?
only game. We don't have those developers here. What are you talking about?
I could totally see them doing that. Anyway,
But yeah, Bonanza was as I think that's the one I played the most of the new games, the new Switch 2 games.
yeah,
I mean the exclusives, and that was as advertised, or at least in my head,
so
the
good.
Mario Odyssey
Yeah,
experience with Donkey Kong, and it's so freaking
yep,
good and beautiful.
yep.
Um, Speaking of beautiful, Metroid Prime 4 is probably the best looking game on a Nintendo console I've ever played. It looks
So good, and it's so smooth,
outstanding. Yes,
so smooth.
yeah, and that 4K quality, 60 frames per second. It looks so
And it's
good.
different than other shooters too. It's not. It's got the lock on. It's just a different feel than a lot of
Yeah,
shooters,
it
and a
is
lot of people don't
definitely.
like that,
Yeah,
which is totally fair. But Man, I played
Yeah,
through
it
and beat
took
that
me
game,
some
and I
adjusting.
love.
I just played the first level or something just to be like, what's the feel for this? And I
It's
was like,
great.
oh, this is going to be an adjustment. But I mean, it's such a cool story, and I don't know, cool atmosphere, looks great.
Yeah.
I'll probably continue it at some point, but I mean, that's just who knows when that'll be. And then I
Well,
did end
dude,
up buying Mario Kart
I'm curious about
World.
with Bonanza because you're a musician, you're a big music guy, and that
Yeah,
the theme of that game, of course, is around music, and it's very much a kid-friendly Nintendo way of music. Everything's jazzy and beep
mhm.
bop boop whatever, but I still loved the focus in on the music and the singing and all that stuff. Like, does that? It just clicks with
Yeah.
me for some reason, even though it's cheesy. I get it, but I really like it. I like the way that they do the music
Cheesy,
in
but
that game.
it plays really well in a game like that. I mean, if the atmosphere were different, it would be like, what are we doing here? But
Yeah,
it plays really well, and not
yeah,
just that, because it's Nintendo. I don't think they're slouches when it comes to music, just in general. So
yeah,
it's of course it's incredible, and
yeah.
like the jazz funkiness on top of, I don't know, they just do some weird stuff in that game.
It reminded me of the
Haven't
Odyssey
touched it in a
level in the
while, but
city, right? Where it's very jazzy, big band
yeah,
style. Mhm,
I remember that level. Yeah, that was so rad.
mhm, mhm.
What else did I play? Oh yeah, Mario Kart World, which I played the first like cup, and I was like, great, it's
Yeah,
a Mario Kart game, and it looks better, and whatever.
yeah.
But I'll get back to
Best
that
looking Mario
whenever.
Kart yet. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. It looks great.
Mhm.
And then I tried the Rhythm Heaven Groove demo. I really thought I would respond to it because I played Theatre Rhythm, and I beat
Okay.
that game like in a weekend. I love that game.
Yeah.
And Rhythm Heaven Groove is not that. So it's a little more
It's
frustrating
not
in my
okay.
opinion. I
Okay.
just didn't
Okay.
click with me, and I get it's like a $40 experience. You're not paying for the world with this game. It's not going to be a huge deal, but it is the first Rhythm Heaven game in, I don't know, 10 years, something like that, 8 years. It's been a long time,
Dang.
which is why they like played it up in Treehouse a bit.
Yeah.
But yeah, so the treehouse thing had me kind of going, maybe there's potential here for me to enjoy it. But I think the rhythm part is just a little too simple is the wrong word, because I don't think theater rhythm, depending on the level you choose, depending on the difficulty.
Yeah.
I mean, there's some simplicity to that game too.
Sure.
But then it gets really hard really fast.
Oh, does it?
So
I only played the
yeah,
demo of that, and I liked the demo for Theatre
yeah,
Rhythm.
yeah. If you like,
Mhm,
I beat like the entire catalog on like easy or whatever, and then I went to the next
mhm.
level up, and I was like, cool, I got this. And then I went to hard, and I was like, I don't got this at all.
I don't got this. Right.
I don't
I
got
can
this.
relate.
It is very
Yeah.
difficult.
Hey, I
Um,
just want to point out too that
yeah,
you and Kyle are the real Final Fantasy fans. You guys both played, and Kyle just recently completed Theatre Rhythm. He just messaged us
yeah.
about that today. Dan, the supposed Final Fantasy fan of our crew, won't even play it. Doesn't even like
Come on,
what the
Dan.
heck, dude?
It's the
Come
whole
on, man.
suite of every freaking game, even like a mobile
That's
game nobody
probably not
cares
on
about.
like I'm
It's
sure
all
he
in
I think he
there.
did play it and just didn't like the way it actually plays, but that's no excuse. It's Final
Yeah.
Fantasy music, dude. Come on.
Yeah, you make a exception out of like tactics for them, but not okay.
You
That's
have
fine,
to.
whatever.
Uh,
Somehow he didn't like it.
okay, okay, all right. Oh, okay, okay. Somehow.
The other
Yeah.
game I got on Switch 2 because it just made sense there is Adventures of Elliot. Of course, you can get that anywhere really, but that game
Yeah.
I made sense for Switch 2, and it's not like I
Yeah.
needed it to be there because I think it is a 1080p game. It doesn't really matter. Like it's still going to look great, colorful.
Right.
It's
Right.
2D it's 2D HD by the same guys behind the Team Asano, the guys who did the Octopath games and stuff like that.
The OGs.
Um, yeah, the OGs, and they're pushing out two games this year.
Mhm.
So one is traditional Octopath like
Yeah.
RPG or turn based, and this one is. I mean, there's some RPG elements to it, of course, but it's more so in the combat. It's like RPG light. God, that combat
Yeah.
feels so good. I don't. Oh, did you get the
It
full
does.
game? I can't remember.
No, not yet. We talked about this.
Okay.
I think Dan and I chatted about it last week. Like to me, this is it's one of those things that probably as a kid I would have died imagining how amazing this would be. It's literally
Hmm.
Square made a Zelda game. Like that's literally what this game is. They made a 16-bit. I think like not a modern Zelda, not a Breath of the Wild. Think like Link to the Past, like a Super Nintendo
Yeah.
Zelda game. That's exactly what Adventures of Elliot is. Everything from the weapons that you use, to the fact that you need boomerangs and arrows and bombs, and you go through these
Right.
dungeons and use keys to unlock doors and face a boss, and
Yeah.
you get a new upgrade. Like this is so Zelda coded, but it's got all the Final Fantasy trappings you could want. Everything from like the names of the items you use, the fact that you use Magicite is very Final Fantasy. The
Very much so.
storytelling and the characters are very fun.
Yeah.
So like, it's just like, oh, by the way, what if Square made a Zelda game? Here you go, here it is. And so I think it's wonderful. I just haven't had enough time to really dive into it. And what I've told
Yeah.
myself is because I'm also playing on Switch too, where you're right, it looks and plays wonderfully. I do mostly handheld for that one, so
Yeah, and of course it
um,
makes sense for a handheld too if I wanted to take it somewhere.
it
Like
makes
it's
sense
not
for a handheld. If you
yeah.
want to play it on the big screen, your PS5 or Series X, that's the way to go because they're going to be 4K and all that stuff. It's
Or
going to look
PC,
a
not
little
demanding
prettier.
if you have a 4K monitor,
Or
yeah.
PC, yeah. So, but anyway, the demo on Switch 2 runs wonderfully for me. I love it. I'm just waiting until I get to that point where the demo content is done, and then it's like, all right, I want to buy this thing. So I'm kind of
Yeah.
just playing it now, but it's actually been
Excuse me.
um,
But you don't actually get the
about a week.
full. You get like a new companion at the end of the demo that you don't even get to explore. The demo ends, and it's like, oh, you have a new companion, and you got to get the game to figure out what the hell they do for you.
That's when I'll
Um,
buy it too. That's what will
yeah,
happen for
yeah,
sure.
and that
Mhm.
that oh, that companion stuff. I mean, she's a chatty one, but you can thankfully turn her dialogue down to reticent, which is really smart of them to notice that people. We made the fairy talk way too much, didn't we? Yeah, we did. Uh, so they turned it down. They could turn it down for you.
Yeah,
Even
yeah.
then, she still talks, and it's kind of annoying. But anyway, it's useful having her because she can, much similar to Octopath. Octopath has like an option where you can like kind of auto upgrade or auto whatever apply your I forget what they I haven't played an Octopath in a minute, your skills or whatever, like you can auto kind of sort them. She kind of does that for your magicite, like, hey, let the fairy decide what's going to work best. And so she'll like organize the magicite to your weapons that make best and make for the best attacks. And like I've just been
Hmm.
maining, even though you're not really supposed to main anything in this game, but I've been maining like a hammer and a sickle with a chain on it. uh and
Oh,
uh
sweet.
and the hammer, when I hit people, like 9 times out of 10 they explode, and it, other enemies nearby are defeated like right away. And the sickle is just good for like, I'm at a distance, they haven't spotted me yet, so you just start wailing on them, and of course there's more damage if they haven't seen you yet. But of course, if you're playing on a higher difficulty, and I'm not, because I just want to breeze through it and enjoy my time, um, the of course you're going to be changing weapons a lot in real time, like, oh, there's a lot of guys in this room, and then just like throw a bomb and then leave and then come back and clean up the rest, or just like try to keep your distance, change to a bow and arrow, boomerang. You have a lot of options, or the sickle thing I
Yep.
mentioned. So like it's just the amount of options there are really really freaking cool. And then your fairy has
Hmm.
abilities event that comes with like those little towers, I'm sure you've seen it in demo, where you go in, you do
Yeah.
a trial, you gain a shard of life,
Yeah. Hmm.
a shard of life, if you will.
A shard of life, right? Correct.
So the
Yep.
fairy has the has the equivalent, but it's kind of like essential for the gameplay. Like if you don't unlock her abilities, that you don't get to
Yeah.
experience what she can do for you, so you do kind of have to seek those out. And there's like multiple time periods, so the map is not only massive, but there's 4 of those maps.
Dude.
So it's, yeah, it's fun, it's, yeah.
That's what I love about that. I mean, they made a
Yeah.
legit full-on adventure game. They didn't this isn't like a
Hmm.
little short experience just for whatever. Like they made a full experience here. They really poured some, and that's what I was saying last week about it too, is that there's clearly some passion that was put into this project, knowing that they're also building a full-on HD 2D Final Fantasy game for this fall, the
Right,
Resonance game, um,
right.
which
I'm
of
excited
course
as
looks
hell for that.
unbelievable, looks amazing. Yeah,
Right.
absolutely. But for some reason, this one also got the green light, and it's not like they mailed it in and just put the B team on this. Like this is a super high quality Zelda like,
Yeah, it is.
and I
Yeah,
highly
and
recommend people try
there's
it.
just definitely like there is some of a grind if you want to find all of the like the chests and stuff like that, kind of like an Octopath, But the grind isn't really for the enemies so much. I understand that if there's 3 endings to the game too, and if you want the
Oh,
truer one,
nice.
there's like an 8-star boss that is freaking impossible. So yes, you're probably gonna have to grind and make sure you find all the temples and stuff before you go there. But even then, it's still not like a, oh man, 100 hours and I can't get past this one boss like an Octopath. This is like for sure maybe a 20-30 hour game if you want to do all the side quests and try to find everything you can in every map, which is reasonable, and that makes sense as
It
to how
is.
they were able to push it out too so quickly alongside another game
Yep.
that's more demanding.
I mean, it's no Octopath, which is what, like 100 hours if you try to do everything as
Yeah,
well.
exactly. If you want to do it
Yeah.
right, quote unquote,
Yeah.
it's
Correctly.
a lot of grinding in those games. But the
Yeah.
story is such a good hook in those games. This one, the story is a little more straightforward, and Kyle and I were talking about it because he did get it and he's been playing it. and he was talking about how the general tone of the game is so much more like Octopath Zero starts with your whole family's, your whole village is like tortured
Yeah.
and killed,
Right.
and this one is
Yeah.
like, I can't wait for you to come back, Elliot. I love you so much. Like everybody just freaking loves this guy.
And he's like, I'll train you with the bow when I get back. Thanks, Elliot.
Yeah,
Like it's a lot of
yeah.
that going on. Yeah.
It doesn't matter what time period you go to as well. Like even if they're like, sometimes you'll walk in and be like, they'll be like, I don't recognize you. Why are you dressed all funny? And then like somebody that's the chief will come in and go, now we are kind of strangers or whatever. And I'm like, everybody's just nice here. What the hell?
It's like watching an episode of Bluey. I love it. It's amazing.
But it's good. It's like got that Saturday morning cartoon tone that we talked about, where it's like kids could easily pick this up, as opposed to Octopath is a little more like traumatizing for children.
Right. Yeah, this is not some jaded hero who's just been through the ringer and he's trying to pull himself up off the floor to like go fight the bad guy.
He literally just says, I'm an adventurer. It's what I do anytime he takes up a task. Yeah. That's it.
He's very happy to do it. He's very
something about it though.
Well,
I kind of welcome the tone and I welcome the rhythm of the gameplay. Like it's just the pacing is just excellent.
It does have a little bit Nintendo-y feeling to it, like Square Nintendo, like old school Square, because Square's gone very dark with a lot of their games, of course, and so this just has a Nintendo-y vibe to it, which is, and I mean that as in a good way. Like it's not a negative thing about this game at all. So yeah, I love it. I play enough oppressively sad games, and I like those. I like when it's like heavy and like hit me in the feels, please make me cry. Like I play plenty of those. It's nice sometimes just to have a winsome adventure. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
it's full of the whimsy, and it's charming, and it's compared to their other projects, it's short. So I mean, it's like kind of like a palate cleanser for like right after beating 007, where it's like, damn, a lot of people I like died in that game. And you got it, and you switch to something like this, and you're like, everybody's so cute.
Everybody's so cute. Everyone's so nice.
Everybody's so
cute. Even like the town mantra. Don't forget, this is where we're nice. Like, oh, everyone is nice.
Oh, every time period.
I love it.
No oppression at all.
Well, Jeff, also out this week, and it's appropriate that you and I are on the show because this absolutely seems like a Jeff and Tim game. Maybe you're playing it. I have not yet, but I really want to. Deer Boy came out this week, and this one just looks... I love the vibes of it. I love the way it looks. It does remind me a lot of your Planet of Lana style of games. Maybe even a little bit of like Inside, those kind of things. Oh man, like even crossing the road, I got nervous for the little deer. But anyway,
I know.
Have you played this one yet?
I played the demo, which is when I was like, oh, it's Planet of Lana. And then at the end of the demo, it shows you there's way more magic stuff involved, which is very similar to Lana, where like you unlock something for the deer, and then they can do something additional for you magically, I guess.
Okay.
At least that's what the teaser alluded to. But I did buy it because it was like $20 or 25. I can't remember. It's
on sale.
30
on
full
Steam.
price.
I was
I
just
think.
Looking.
Yeah.
Well, according to Steam, it's 18 full price.
Oh wow. Okay.
I think.
Yeah. So even at 20,
wait,
I think it's.
Okay. Yeah. 20 full price, 18 on sale right now.
Gotcha. So I got it like day one, so it was 18, and that was like, well, this is a no-brainer. And of course, you see the teaser here if you're watching on YouTube. The deer ages. Like that was another thing, an aspect that intrigued me is like, oh, it's not just a baby deer the whole time. You're going through a variety of puzzles other than just stealthing. There's more magic stuff going on here, and it's very adjacent to like a Planet of Lana experience.
Well, it's got a like animated film quality to it with the deer and the boy, the way they interact and stuff. It just feels like an animated film as well. This would be the third of these kind of games I've played this year because, of course, Planet of Lana 2, which I played, excellent, loved that game. And then I played and beat Darwin's Paradox, which I also think is excellent. I recommend that to people. That game's
really good. Yeah.
I
got that on PS5. I got that on PS5 Pro, and I was like, oh, this is not a Pro showcase game. It's like like meant to be like a 1080p kind of experience. It's like, oh, but it's still fun.
It does have
it's
these
so
really
ridiculous.
It has these sharp kind of like DreamWorks animation style visuals. They look pretty good.
It does, yeah. And I just love the. I got stuck somewhere because it was one of the. I'm sure this happens a lot in the game where you're in a lot of dark areas and you have to like light yourself up. I got stuck on the first part, like because the floors kind of come down and then they go up at some. And I was like, you know what? I'm
Yeah.
gonna
Is that
go
the
play
one
something
you
else.
had to get the radioactive stuff and run through,
Yeah,
right? You have to sprint through before it runs
temporarily.
out.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
yeah.
Yeah. Totally.
But really cool game though. Really cool concept. Very silly. Saturday
Yeah.
morning cartoon once again. Yeah.
Yeah. That one's good. This one looks like it's gonna tug at the heartstrings a lot more. Darwin's Paradox is just silly from the start, and it even ends on a super silly note, and I'm very curious to see what they do with it. This one looks a lot more like I'm gonna lose something in this game, whether it's someone that I love or whatever it is, and I'm gonna be mad at it, but I'm gonna love it. You know what I mean? I've got that vibe from this
Yeah.
one. A little more Planet of
Or
Lana,
they're
where
or they're just gonna do
something's gonna
like
die.
it's the typical ending of like they part ways and slowly like look back at each other before they actually walk off, you know. And everybody's just
It
gonna
could
be like,
be,
you're
or
supposed
it
to be
could. Do you ever play?
friends.
You ever play Shadows of Colossus? Do you ever play that one?
No, but I read the story and it
I picture an ending
even
like
that
that
wrecked
too, and
me.
I'm already mad. I
Okay.
mean, already mad about how it could possibly do that. But anyway, this one looks great. I love the vibes of this one. I'm excited to try the demo. I didn't realize there was a demo, so I'm gonna download that
The
and
title
give it a
is
whirl.
Aces, by the way. I wonder what's in the game. Oh, a deer and a boy. Got it.
A deer and a boy. What's this game about? You know. You know exactly what it's about.
It's a shooter.
All right.
Uh,
Next up, also out on Switch 2 now, and I've heard really good things about this one. The Devil May Cry 5 Devil Hunter Edition is on the Switch 2. Capcom is just not messing around with getting stuff on the Switch
no.
2. Like they're just
Yeah.
crushing it. And so this has new content. I don't know how much new content, like new weapons, I think, maybe even
hmm
some additional levels. I'm not positive on that. But this edition currently is only on the Switch 2. I'm sure they'll release it as an update if they haven't already on other platforms. But this specific Devil Hunter edition was only on the Switch 2. So listen, it's I don't want to keep I'm a broken record. If you've got a nice big TV with one of the high powered consoles, it's gonna Devil May Cry 5 is gonna look great on those. And that's where you should play it. But this is a fantastic way to play it. And the reviews all came back very
I
positive,
agree.
saying it's
I mean,
super
I didn't
smooth.
I didn't have any problems playing like a game like Bayonetta 3 on a regular Switch, you know, like it
That's right.
yes,
Yeah.
Devil May Cry 5 looks better visually, but I mean those type of action games just play really well on a handheld. So
Yeah.
I can't knock
Yeah.
it if you get it there.
Yeah. And the reviews on it have come out very, very good. A bunch of 8s and 9s from what I've seen across the board. So more power to them for that. All right, this next one is actually one that I've been playing a little bit. Jeff, won't surprise you at all. It's called Moldwasher. That's
Oh my
right. You
god.
play. I don't even know what he is. Is he a sponge? Is he a soap piece of soap? I don't know what he is exactly, but he's
A
got this little
sentient
backpack on.
sponge. Somehow
He's
he's
some kind of
alive.
cleaning
Yeah.
sponge. Yeah, and so basically you're walking around. You've got your little
It looks
hose,
like he's
and it's a
peeing.
pixel art. It does. It really does. Yeah. So it's very lo-fi. Like you actually unlock more
Yeah.
lo-fi CDs, but the music is very chill. There's they tell you how long it took to clean, but it doesn't punish you for taking a long time. Like the idea is take your time if you want. It's just chill, bro. Listen to your lo-fi tunes and clean things off. Like it's a vibe, this game. Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's a vibe. If you
I mean,
like the
most of these
pixel art
games
style,
are
which I
normally
do.
a vibe, yeah.
Mm. Mm-hmm.
Um,
Yep.
there's something
Yep. But
gratifying
you
about
get
watching it, though. Like, it's
I know.
watching it
Just
get cleaned.
once you get that little like leaf blower and you're blowing pieces of rice, because you're this tiny little guy in this big house,
Yeah.
and when you're blowing off pieces of rice or like seeds or whatever the mess is, it's very satisfying. Um, you get a little pickaxe and you can like break
Upgrades. Yeah.
things that are like too chunky, and you have to like
Is your
pickaxe them down first.
is the vendor a hot dog? A sentient
He's a
hot
hot dog.
dog? Is that what that is?
He's a
Oh,
hot dog.
okay. Yeah, that
Yeah,
makes sense.
he is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Listen, I will admit to you, none of the lore is explained to you. It just throws you in there and it's like, go clean this thing. And you're like, all
That's
right.
just what
Like,
it
you don't
is.
know. It's just it is like, don't question it. Just
It's
accept
like
it.
that Instagram guy or whatever who's like, here's how we pronounce words. It's because that's why.
It's
No.
because
Why would
yeah,
you
I
think
love that guy.
that?
No. Yeah. That
No.
guy's
Why
so
would you
good.
think?
No, why would you? Yeah, it's exactly like that. So anyway, if you got a kick out of stuff like Power Wash Simulator, of course, but also any other kind of just super chill little sim pixel art style games, then this one absolutely is worth a look.
Kind of looks like
Yeah,
unpacking
great.
a little.
I mean, this
with the
part is you will
pixelations.
discover items and stickers, and you'll get more CDs to put into your little CD player that's over here, and new VHS tapes to put into your VHS tape player here. It's all meant to be like very lightweight collectible stuff. So anyway, so mold washer. Yeah, I'll admit I've already played it for like an hour and a half, 2 hours. I'm like, what's
Oh
wrong
my
with me with
god!
these? Like, what is my problem? I have
Just
a
lost a
problem.
whole day playing the game.
Yeah, what is going on? I think I need to talk to somebody. Anyway, all right. Well, also out, and I've never been a big like follower of this game, but I know it's got a lot of fans, and that's Deltarune. So Chapter
Oh
5 is
yeah,
out now, and
yep.
again, this is one that I know embarrassingly little about. I don't really follow Deltarune. I just know that people love it, and when a new chapter comes out, people get real excited. So I don't know. Is this game never ending? Do they have a set number of chapters they're going to do? I don't even know the structure of this game
I don't know
and what.
either because I read that chapter 6 is next year, like or something, and I was like, so you're
Yeah,
just gonna keep going forever? Got it.
yeah, which is
Uh,
fine. It always looks like the most random collection of like art styles and gameplay too. So I never
yeah,
really know what it is. Is it mini
and it's
games?
one.
You know,
I don't know if it's still one guy if he's hired a team yet, but it was one guy like Toby
yeah,
Fox, and he also does the
yeah.
music for it, and the music is in freaking
It's
credible.
really good. It's
That's the
really
only
good.
thing I know about Deltarune is like sometimes it'll show
Uh-huh.
up on like web on a website where I rank all of my albums that I've listened to and put them in a list or
Yep.
whatever. And this will show up as like acclaimed by everybody. And I'm like, what? And then I listen to it and I'm like, damn, there's a lot of bangers in here.
Yeah. 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 The
So if chapter
Deltarune
five
music
means
is excellent.
5 more hours of new songs, give me it.
Yeah. It must be what it means. So yeah, that is I believe that's available this week as well. I think that's on more things than just the Switch, but anyway, that's where it got announced.
Yep,
All
there
right,
is a new
last but not
album.
least,
Yay.
I thought this one was pretty cool looking. It's called Dim Haven: The Lost Source. So it's one of these kind of walking simulator point and click adventures, a little bit of like puzzle solving. You got to solve the mystery, but it's got that really high quality pixel art to it. So like
Yeah.
when you zoom in on characters or the items, you can see, but it's got the lighting of a modern day game. So I like that
Hmm.
kind of combo when they do that. Um,
It's
I
like
thought this
a
looked interesting.
360
It's getting really good reviews.
360 era type of uh
Yeah,
pixel design, but the lighting is, yeah, like you said, modern. That's
yeah,
pretty
very
cool.
modern looking, and you're solving some kind of mystery. You got lots of puzzles you got to figure out. It's a little bit maybe like that Blueprints game, but you're not so much stuck in one house. Looks like you're exploring an entire property of some kind, multiple houses and forests and that kind of thing. So again, I don't know a ton about it. I just thought it looked pretty cool. And if you guys like um, puzzle solving games, if you enjoyed stuff like Blueprints or even some of the walking simulators that I think can be, really compelling, this one's worth a look. Dimhaven, The Lost Source. All right. So that's it for new releases. And by the way, that's pretty much it until we get to the Assassin's Creed remaster of Black Flag on July 9th.
Can't wait.
The release list is pretty dry between now and then. I love to be surprised and wrong. So if there's other things that come out between now and then, awesome. But it
Did you
seems
see that
like yeah.
there's a Netflix game coming out that's apparently like good? Did you hear that?
What is it?
IGN or somebody wrote about it, and I was like, "What the hell is this?" And it's like a horror game or something called Unhinged. I have no idea how it works, but it comes out on Tuesday, the 30th.
And so you have to
Um,
play it on your Netflix account, like
I
go
actually
on
have
Netflix
again
and
no
play it.
idea how it works. If they're like,
Huh.
"Hey, put this on your TV and then do this to play it," I'll be like, "Never mind. This is too many steps."
Right. Yeah.
we'll see
All
though.
right, now get out your phone and scan this QR code to download the app. I'm done. I'm not doing this. I'm
I'm
not playing your
done.
game. Yeah, I don't have time for this. Hey,
But there
by
were
the way,
some people
side
that
note,
were like,
speaking of phones, dude, we were at the pool this weekend and I just pulled it was just I was so I told you Saturday how tired I was. I was just kind of out of it on Saturday. And so we're there
"Yeah,
Saturday afternoon and as part of my being just kind of wiped, I hadn't slept well. I was just whatever. Jumped into the pool and swam around for a good 30, 40 minutes with my phone in my pocket. It was in my swim trunks pocket.
good grief."
I had no idea it was there. Playing with my kids, throwing them around, getting out of the pool, jumping back in. Like I had no clue. And then when I finally got out, I was like, "Oh my word, my phone's in here." Uh,
Oh
and
no.
I dried it out, and it's still working. So it, the sound on it
That's
still
some
works. The buttons
that's
on it still work.
Jesus is
Yeah,
with you, my friend.
I
That's
guess. And It was not like it wasn't like, oh no, I spilled my water on it. It was fully submerged for
Yeah.
over 30 minutes.
Dude,
And
I
it is
sometimes, believe it or
currently
not, I
still there.
have very specific nightmares about that where I'm like in a pool or something with friends, and then I'm like, oh yeah, let me just text somebody, and I'm like, crap, my phone's been in my
My
pocket.
phone. So, I mean, I did some Googling on it. I mean, it's not a new iPhone. It's like an iPhone 11, I think. But of course, those were at that point they were starting to be called, water resistant. They have a certain grade up to a certain depth or whatever. Um,
Oh, I
but
see.
certainly
So
not supposed to be
you can't
submerged in
go,
a pool for that long.
yeah, you can't go looking for the Titanic with that thing, is what they're trying to say.
You should not do that. You actually shouldn't do what I did. You should not just bring it in the pool either. Don't
Yeah,
do that.
it's a good point.
But at the moment, it's still working. I was shocked. It's like it didn't like go black screen for a while and then come back on. Like it just worked while it was still dripping wet. I was like, all right, phone. That's weird, but all
Maybe they
right. I
science the
fully
crap out of
expected
it.
that I'd
That's
be buying a
insane.
new one. Yeah,
Yeah.
I fully expected that's what I was going to be doing, but thankfully that was not the case. Anyway, all right,
Prices
Jeff,
were
we
good.
are at that time of year. It's really, I'm going to give you the credit here. It's your favorite time of year. It's got to be because we're halfway
Halfway
there.
there. Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Always.
yeah. So
I
we
mean,
did
we're
it. We
technically
made
we're
it
always
halfway.
halfway there, but that's okay. That's fine.
Correct, correct. Because you can change the goal to whatever makes halfway there still accurate. I get it.
Right.
I get what you're saying. Yeah, you're always there's some philosophical debate, right, about that. Anyway, we're not going to get into that. We're just talking about the fact that we are halfway through the year 2026, and it is time. We haven't done this much this year. It's time to look back and see what are some of the highest rated games so far. What are the ones at the top of our lists? At least we think are probably on our short lists for favorites so far this year. It's been a good year. I haven't been able to play everything that I've wanted to play so far, but a
Me
good amount
neither.
of the major ones I've been able to spend a good amount of time with. Like, for example, two of the ones that are rated pretty high that I was hoping to spend some time with and I haven't yet. One would be Saros. I really do want to play that game, that
Oh
PlayStation
yeah, same.
exclusive. I do want to play it. I just haven't. I don't own it yet, and I just need to make time. And then I know you mentioned you're not a Pokemon guy. I have been big into Pokemon in the past, but this Pokopia game has me intrigued. I do want to try it as well, but again, full price. Nintendo doesn't really do sales. That's not how they roll. So
No, not
I'm
at
either
all.
gonna have to just bite the bullet and buy it or just skip it. We'll see what happens. Um, but anyway, let me go through what are some of the top rated games according to OpenCritic, and we'll also give a nod to some of the Metacritic top rated games as well. And then we'll talk about ones that jump out to us so far. Again, no order. You don't have to say, here's my favorite one, here's my third favorite. It's more of like, hey, here are a couple games that are on my short list at the moment that I really, really like. And I know some that Dan and Kyle would have to share as well. So let's jump in. This one has the highest average score on OpenCritic right now. I don't know anything about this game, and this little launch trailer that's on their YouTube channel probably won't help you. This game's called Schrodinger's Call. I think it's a point and click narrative game. I
Yeah, I
don't
wouldn't be
know.
surprised if it's a visual novel. A lot of those score high, and I'm like, I'm never playing that.
Yeah, and I'm always like, "Ooh, I'm kinda interested. I'd like a good story and good characters," but I never actually pull the trigger. You know what I mean? Like, I'm a big talker, but I don't usually do it when it comes to these games. Um, but yeah, this one's got a 92 on OpenCritic and an 89 on Metacritic, so pretty universally loved. And
Wow.
again, I don't know what this game is. This trailer helps nobody. Um,
It's such a teasery trailer. I don't know if this is
yeah,
the game or not.
yeah. It's $18, full price, I think. There is a demo,
That's
episode
not
1
bad.
demo, it looks like, on most
Oh, okay.
platforms. So maybe I should try the demo so I can actually know what I'm talking about here. But
That's actually not a bad
anyway,
idea. Yeah, it is a straight up visual novel.
is it okay?
Who knows what kind though?
Schrodinger's Call. Yeah, it's on all platforms. I think it's definitely on Switch and Steam. Um, so anyway, so that's number one. All right, next up on OpenCritic is Minna the Hollower. This is one I've also been wanting to spend more time with. I tried the demo and I thought it was fun, but something about it was just not clicking with me. They spent about 8 more months with the game, and now the reviews have come out, and it sounds like it has just found its groove. I really do want to try it again. This game has got a 91 average on OpenCritic. It's got a 90 average on Metacritic. Uh, of course, terms like Souls-like are going to scare a lot of people away. and I totally get that. But it's got that vibe for sure, right? Where it's difficult, and if you die, you lose all your stuff. You get one shot to go get it back, you know. So it's
Hmm.
definitely a Souls-like in that vein. But the art style is going to work for some people. Others, they won't like it as much. To me, this reminds me of like a Game Boy Color or early NES style game
Yeah, I'm not
because
opposed
it's
to the
kind
art
of,
style at all myself. Yeah.
yeah, it's got that muddy pixelated look, but I like it. The animation looks really cool.
Hmm.
Um, so these are the folks who made Shovel Knight, all the Shovel Knight games. So this is their next project. So no surprise there, but I have not. I played the demo last year. It was almost a full year ago. I played the demo and I liked it, but I felt like something wasn't quite right. I'm wondering if the full experience would actually click with me a little bit better. But anyway, Jeff, this next one is
Some of
one that I
those,
know we
some of
can
those,
both.
some of those bosses
Go
look
ahead.
insane. By the way, that's awesome.
They do. Yeah, the boss fights look
Yeah.
great. Yeah, yeah. There's a lot about it that I think looks really appealing. But this next one, Jeff, I know that we are absolutely on the same page. This is
Oh my
Forza
god.
Horizon 6.
Yes,
So
sir.
this one, of course, landed at a 91 also on OpenCritic and at a 91 on Metacritic. So between those two platforms, it is tied for second on OpenCritic, and it is the number one
Hmm.
reviewed game so far on Metacritic. This is new games, by the way. I'm not counting like remakes, re-releases, or DLC.
DLC. Yeah, I mean,
This is
that's
just
fair.
new games. I spent many hours playing this game. I don't think I'm done playing this yet this year, although I have not played it in about a week and a half since I finished all of the kind of like quote unquote story or Horizon event type things. I did all the super long races at the end, which were super fun. Those were great. But yeah, each kind of race class gets its own mega uh mega race, I guess, at the end, which
Yeah,
is super
yeah, they
fun.
do.
Um, so yeah, so I did
Classic
all those.
Forza
I did a lot
Horizon.
of the
Yeah.
challenges. I did all the like I like the speed traps and I like the jumps. Those are my two favorite of all the stunts, the PR stuff you can do. The speed zones are okay. They're not my favorite. And then the drifting, I just I stink at it and I don't find them to be fun. So I always skip the drifting when I can. Sometimes
It's
I
it's
accidentally try the drift
tricky.
zone. I'm like, all right, I'll try it. But yeah, I'm
It's
just not good
tricky.
at it.
Some are like casual drifts where you can just drive up and enter, and then some are like actual events
Yeah.
um, against NPCs or whatever. And I still haven't figured it out. Like I keep having to swap cars out to be like, which one's better for drifting? My
Yeah.
God.
There are people who have done incredible tunes for cars where you essentially are all you have to do is kind of turn the wheel and it'll go into a drift. Like some of them have created some crazy good
Mhm.
tunes on certain cars, which is great. I should probably do that,
Oh, I
and
was
that will
thinking of
help a
drag
lot.
racing
But
for some reason. Never mind. Drag racing I actually enjoy. But some of
yeah, yeah,
those
yeah.
I'm horrible at because I'm like I didn't pick the right car to accelerate. Like it needs to
Oh
have a
yeah,
launch and acceleration point that is crazy.
yeah,
And but yeah,
yeah.
drifting I just feel like a freaking moron when I do those
Me
sections.
too.
And
Yeah, me
the
too.
races aren't any easier for me. I mean, yes, they can be because you know if you lower the difficulty, you can win them. But it's still like oh man, I feel like such a clown. Just constantly
Yeah,
just going like this on the freaking
yeah.
the drifting sections of the PR events. But yeah, I just
Yeah,
God, this game is so freaking gorgeous. Of course, I mean they all usually
yep,
are. And
yep.
the map is certainly got to be their best one yet. I mean, it's so massive
I love
compared
it.
to previous
So
entries,
much to
and
do. Mm-hmm.
of course, I love the
Yep.
cars. I got to get back on that, man. I have a hankering. I've been watching some F1 races, and I have a hankering to go fast
Ooh.
again. So,
All right. I know I played it a lot, like a lot, the first couple weeks that it was out. Probably the 3 or 4 weeks solid after it was out. And then every time I was driving out somewhere, I'm looking at other cars, like, what kind of car is that? Like, what kind of? I wonder what kind of tune they got on that bad boy. You know what I mean? Like, it's like Tim, that's a minivan. Okay, you need to let it go. That's not gonna. But
it's
yeah,
a
no. Forza Horizon
minivan.
6, so well deserving of its high scores, and I hope it gets its due at the end of the year when it's time to hand out awards. I know it's not a game of the year type winner. Racing games just don't win game of the year usually, especially in a year like this. It's too crowded. But um, I would hope that it would still get something, whether it's visuals or just best sports slash racing game. Like the obvious ones would be nice. So, yeah. So there you go. That one is at a 91. Next up, we've got another game that I don't think either you or I have ever heard of before, called Lost and Found Co. or Company, I guess. Lost and Found Co. This one's got
Hmm.
a 90 on OpenCritic. I don't know exactly what it is. I think it's a point and click game where you're trying to find the hidden items in the environment, but it's a cute
I
little
think
like
so too. Like
visual
a Where's
novel
Waldo
story.
type of, yeah.
I think it's that kind of a thing, but it's got a little story to it, a little town. Yeah, exactly. Where's Waldo? As soon as you said it, it like zoomed out, and I saw all the people. So yeah, very Where's Waldo esque. Anyway, but this one's got really high reviews. Doesn't have a lot of reviews though, so maybe take it with a grain of salt. The people that reviewed it gave it very high scores. All right, staying with this kind of cutesy art style, one we've talked about already a couple times. Pokemon Pokopia is sitting at an 89 on both Metacritic and OpenCritic. This one to me was a shock. I thought this would certainly be a Swimming in Sevens game that Pokemon fans might be like, and that's about it. This one has really become a major hit for Nintendo, and it's scored so well, and the users are loving it. So, and it's got more content on the way this year, of course, too. So, and I know Dan and Kyle are both loving this one. I think this one is going to be somewhere on their short list of favorites of the year. I don't know where, but certainly is one that they're enjoying. All right, and then we've got Resident Evil Requiem coming in also at 89 on both OpenCritic and Metacritic. At the time that I played it, and really for a little while afterwards, was by far my number one game of the year. It's still fighting for that spot, by the way. Every time I kind of watch a trailer of it again, or go back and watch a video of it, or I'm reminded of it, I'm like, dude, I love this game. It's so good. It's so good. Jeff, I can't recommend it enough. You played it, right, or no?
No, I haven't. I'm
Okay.
such a wimp when it comes to these games, dude. These are like
You would
stressful.
love it though. I think you would love it. I do, because it's got just enough story and character stuff going on too. I think you'd really like it. Even though, yeah, it's spooky for sure. And by the way, I never finished Resident Evil 2. I played it a little bit way back in the day. I played a little bit of the remake. Those games just didn't quite do it for me. I wasn't as nostalgic for them personally. So even without that knowledge of Leon's past and the precinct and all that stuff, I still played Requiem and loved it. I didn't feel behind the eight ball in the story at all, really. So that one, of
That's good to
course,
know because
is right up
I
there.
definitely worry about that with these games for me at least.
Me too.
So I haven't been
Me too.
following them a lot.
All right, so this one also comes in at an 89 on OpenCritic and an 87 on Metacritic. This one's called Hermit and Pig. I don't know if we're going to spend too much time looking at the video of this because it just looks so goofy. It looks like a weird British cartoon. I don't know what this is. But yeah, it's got
It
really
looks
great
funny.
reviews again.
Yeah.
I'm sure it is. And the name of it is funny too, Hermit and Pig.
I can't let you join a death cult. That's I mean,
But
come on, that's a
it is a turn-based RPG.
yeah.
Fast-paced turn-based abilities and conversation where cringe damage can be deadly. All right, that's pretty funny. All right. I'll give it that.
Ridiculous.
I know, absolutely. So Hermit and Pig is sitting at 89 on OpenCritic, 87 on Metacritic. All right, next up we've got Mugenics, which is at an 89 on OpenCritic, 88 on Meta. This is
Yeah.
I played this one for a little while. This is a weird one, but it's fun. It's from the folks who did The Binding of Isaac, and the idea is that you're just like breeding these cats together to create like super cats, and then go on it's a roguelike game. So you go on these missions, and it's tactics based. So you move them around the field and attack, and they're gonna die off, and you're gonna have to breed some more, and maybe bring some of the youngins on there that you've raised. It's really gross,
Oh
by
my
the way. It's a
god.
really it's it's a really gross game. But if you played Binding of Isaac, you know that like they don't shy away from that, man. Like this team, they put up some weird visuals that'll make you a little uncomfortable, and but they're very creative, and people love this game. So it is very funny.
It
All
looks
right,
silly.
so
Another one that looks silly. Humor is
very
doing well
silly.
this year, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, very dark humor here too. All right, next up we've got, I think, undoubtedly one of our favorites of the year. This is our summer movie blockbuster experience of the year in 007 First Light, which I believe has an 87 on both platforms. Which, when you think about a high-profile AAA game, you're gonna have your try-hard reviewers who can't give it above a 7 just because it's too mainstream or
Too
whatever their
too
problem is.
popcorny. Yeah. Too
Yeah,
yeah.
whatever their issue is. Even just watching this trailer, I want to play it through again. I love this
Dude, me
game. It's
too.
like
Oh my
I
gosh.
almost think of it like one of my favorite Bond movies now. Like that was my experience with it. Was that it was a really
Same.
fun like Bond miniseries almost, because it's so long. But dude, I freaking love this game. we've talked about it ad nauseum. We'll talk about it more, but yeah, this one's so good, and I'm glad it got the
God,
critical reviews that it did. You know what I mean?
me
I'm
too.
glad it got high
Yeah.
scores overall.
That says a lot for a new Bond game because uh there have been a lot of
Yeah.
misses since GoldenEye.
Oh,
And
for
even though I
sure.
liked The World Is Not Enough, not a lot of people did. So
Yeah.
maybe I was still in that Bond mode of like I like these games. But yeah, there have been
Yeah.
so many misses since then, and this is like the first one to really,
A lot.
really hit. They
Mm-hmm.
did such a good job.
Yep. Yep. Here's hoping that the Amazon and IOI partnership actually down here you see Amazon MGM Studios already, listed here. So my
Yeah,
hope is that it just is a publisher developer agreement and or they team up in the right ways. I just want them to maintain the magic that IOI pulled off with this first
I
one,
agree. And it
So
sounds like Amazon, there was some concern I had after an article came out the week it released, and the head of
that
Amazon
they
Game
wanted to
Studios
develop it too.
was like, we're doing it. And then they kind of like pulled back on that and they're like, oh, no. IOI did an amazing job. Like,
Yeah.
we'd rather, we just want to make more of these games is what I meant.
Okay.
And I'm
Okay.
like, okay, I think you'd be kind of dumb to not keep IOI on board because they're the ones that
I
crushed
know.
this, man.
I know. Yeah. Really, really good. It's like Uncharted and Hitman had a beautiful baby and named him James Bond.
Beautiful baby.
That's what this game
Yeah.
is. It's a beautiful baby. All right. Next up, we've got Saros. Speaking of which, this was also at an 87, I believe, on both aggregate platforms. Now, this is one that I'd be surprised if it's not pretty high on our buddy Kyle's list. I know he has really enjoyed it. I don't know if he's finished it or not, but I know he's enjoyed a lot of what he's played of it. This is one that I really do want to get into. Um, but yeah, we've talked about this one a lot as well. Looks beautiful. Sounds like it's fun to
It
play.
does.
Sounds like it's very challenging, but
Sounds like the story is quite
still
good
fun.
too, from what I hear from
Right.
reviews. Is like the story is very good.
Yeah. Yeah. So I do wish this one were coming to PC. I know Sony has very loudly and publicly said we're not doing PC anymore. It's like, all right, man, chill out a little bit.
They keep saying it, like
But
keep iterating it every week.
they're
I
like,
feel
by
like
the
they're like,
way, we're
no, we're
not
not
doing
doing
PC
that.
anymore. Did you get the memo? It's like, okay. But this one looks amazing, and I'm so glad that Housemarque was able to get it up to the quality that delivered these incredible scores that are averaging at 87. That's really, really good. So kudos to them for doing that. All right. Next up, we've got Esoteric Ebb. I got to tell you, this is one that I might end up buying. It just looks so funny and unique. Have you
Yes,
heard of Esoteric Ebb?
had been looking it up as we were talking because
Uh
I'm on the
huh.
Open Critic list right now, and it's
Oh,
by
okay.
this guy that like was like, I want to do Disco Elysium but for D&D. And so he
Yeah.
just played Disco Elysium for like a few months and was like, okay, now I know what to change and what to make different.
Yep.
And I think he released a demo, or he showed it off initially, and people were like, this looks too much like Disco Elysium. So then he finally released a demo. It was just one guy, by the way. This one guy
One
like
guy.
released a demo, and then Raw Fury saw the demo and was like, this is too good. We got to publish this. We got to help you publish
Yeah,
this.
Rafier published it. Yep. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Christopher Bodegard is the guy who developed this, and it's got a very unique art style now. It kind of has a Monty Python esqueness to it that I really dig, mixed with D&D. I don't know. There's something about it that's just funny.
Yeah,
Um,
it's like an
but the
unofficial
reviews on it are
D&D campaign.
the
Yeah.
reviews on it are so good. And like you said with Disco Elysium, you do have strength, dexterity, constitution, but you also have all these dialogue type strengths as well because you got lots of choices to make.
Yeah.
And when you're doing your
Well,
investigation and chatting and
what
all
I
those
was
pieces,
what I was reading about it is like Disco Elysium is very skill based, like conversationally.
very skill based.
That's
Yeah.
how you get out of conversation. And he's like, how do I kind of adjust that a little bit so it's not entirely like you're screwed if you don't have the right skill.
Right.
So I don't know what that means. Obviously, I've gotten no hands on, but reading about it, it got me super interested in this.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
This one and the reviews on it. But and by the way, this isn't just critic reviews. This is the users on Steam. It's like at a 95% average positive
Jeez,
reviews on
that's
Steam.
crazy.
So yeah, people are loving this game. So this one's absolutely on my short list of games I want to get to this year. It happens every year. There's these games out of nowhere that I've never heard of that even the title makes me go, "What? Why would I play this?" And they still
Yeah.
catch my attention. So this
I was
one's
just looking at another one in the list and I'm like, what the hell is this?
yeah. There's a few of them.
Yeah.
All right. Next up, we got one. This is, I think, a Dan game, if he'll give this one a try, because it's very platformy, kind of has
This
some
looks
Celeste
great.
vibes at times. This is
Yeah.
called Tethergeist. And I know we
Oh
talked
man, I
about it
got
a
to get
few weeks
this.
back. The platforming looks great. I love the kind of this supernatural tether that you have that whips you through the stages. I think you can use it literally as a whip or as a grapple point, as a swing. It can get you out of bad situations. It can get you through places. So it looks really challenging, really fun, very um, kind of precision platforming. Um,
Yeah.
it looks like a lot
This
of
looks
fun.
awesome. I'm super
Yeah,
about this actually.
I love the colors. The pixel art looks great. It's very colorful. Um, this one looks really cool. So, and the reviews on it are phenomenal. So yeah, Tethergeist is sitting at an 88 on OpenCritic. All right, I think this is the last one I've got. Titanium Court. This one, listen, I'm not trying to be a try hard here and pick
Try
just.
hard, Tim.
I'm trying not to be a try hard, which makes me a try hard, I guess. But the description of this
You
game,
can't win.
Titanium Court, I know I really can't. It's it says it's a surreal strategy game for clowns and criminals. I don't know what that means. So like I don't know how to tell you anything about this game. The descriptions of it seem very odd. So you have these puzzle battles that you do. There's a narrative involved here. It says you have career options like warlord, arsonist, celebrity, insurance fraudster. Listen, I don't know what any of this means, but people who are playing this love it. So yeah, and the art style
It's
is just so
it's a
hilariously
combo
old
of
school.
it is, and the picture that you look at if you like Google it, it's just a guy like oh, uh, it's a combo of match 3 tower defense and roguelike mechanics.
Okay, okay.
You battle against other rival courts. I still don't know what the hell any of this means, but at least I can wrap my head around
I
match
don't
3 and what they're
either.
trying to do here.
Exactly. Yeah,
This is
this is
insane.
bizarre. It looks insane. But listen, it's got an audience. People are loving it. It has also in the well into the 90s on overall 90% of positive overall reviews in Steam, and it's got an 88.
I
Oh no,
think
87 on
there's
Metacritic.
I think there's a
So
demo or something. I don't know. I'm checking.
there is a demo. Yeah, there is a demo. At least
Yeah.
on Steam there is. Yeah. So anyway, so those are some of the best rated games so far of 2026 according to OpenCritic and Metacritic. Now, one of the things I wanted to do is just quickly as we wrap up here highlight some of the stuff that I know that we as a podcast crew have been really enjoying this year.
Gushing.
So
Yeah.
let me pull up. Where did that list go? Let me just start with one I know Dan would pick, and I know all of us have at least diddled it, if not played it extensively. Dan and Kyle played it extensively. I played it for about a dozen hours. I know you at least gave it a friendly diddle, and that is Crimson Desert.
You're correct. It was like a very very casual diddle. Like I
Yeah,
just got to know it.
yeah. You just got to know it a bit. You both had drinks together, and it was fine. Everyone left happy. I don't know where we're going with this. We've headed down a bad road here. But listen, I
Oh
think
my
Crimson
god.
Desert, I could be wrong. I think Crimson Desert is going to be on Dan's shortlist for favorite game of the year. He got so hooked on this game in a way that a lot of us get hooked on, for myself, an Elden Ring, or for several of us, Tears of the Kingdom or Breath of the Wild, or whatever these games are that just at the right moment in time when your interest level is high, you're willing to lean into it, learn the systems. It clicked for Dan in a way that it didn't necessarily for me. I liked it a lot, but I did fall off of it. And then there have been probably, I don't know, 400 updates since I last played it. So I bet you if I went back in and played it,
You got to start over,
it would
bro.
be
It's
so I would have to. I would have to start over for sure. But I know Kyle also, to give him, I know that he has also enjoyed this game a ton. Both of these guys love Crimson Desert. That's one that I think scored a little lower. It's like high 70s, low 80s, I think.
Mhm.
Doesn't matter what the critical score is. Uh, I think this is a game that's absolutely worth your time. If you like open world action RPGs, you should absolutely play Crimson Desert. That's one I wanted to call out. That's not, on the list here. That I think people
Yeah.
have certainly been
Yeah,
really
I don't think
enjoying.
it'll be on end of year reviewer lists, but I think it'll be brought up a ton on podcast or whatever publisher,
Yep.
like even at IGN end of the year lists, not for review scores, of course, but like if you listen to their podcast or something, they'll probably be like, dude, the updates. I mean, this game is amazing now, and I've sunk blah 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 hours into it, and I think
Yep.
from the consensus I've seen on like reels and the algorithms and stuff, people just freaking love this game. So it's not
Yep.
completely out of the realm of possibility for it to end up on our personal top 10 list at least.
I agree. I agree. Well,
My diddle was very
other than the
casual
ones
and,
we,
and pleasant. So
that's good. I'm glad it was respectful. So one of the
respectful
things
diddle.
that I it was a respectful diddle. One of the things that I wanted to ask you, and I think you've already talked about it a little bit on this episode, so you don't have to go too much more into it, but um, I'm assuming Adventures of Elliot is one that you're thinking really highly of at the moment. Doesn't mean it's going to
I'm
be like in your top 10
thinking
that you're fighting for. I don't know, but you love
Yeah,
it
I'm
right
thinking
now.
highly of it now for sure. I really, really enjoy my time with it, but I'm still can't help but feel like end of the year, I will just look back on it as like a friendly palate cleanser. Even though the
Okay, fair
action
enough.
is fantastic, and not to mention we have another similar game to compare it against by the same team. So it's that one's going to be tough to get it in the 10. Um, by the way, this is unrelated, but Esoteric Ebb is only $20,
Is
and
it really?
yeah, Tethergeist is 12.
Oh
Yeah,
my
so I
gosh.
just went ahead and downloaded
Hey,
those. I was like, all right, well,
there's a
I'm
bunch
here,
of
so
steals happening right now. And hey,
for real,
Titanium
it's
Court on
insane.
sale for 12 too, if you want that absolutely wacky
I'm not
game.
getting that crap. Sorry,
Yeah,
but yes,
crazy.
Adventures of Elliot. But maybe by the end of it, if the story is like whoa at the end, like a big gut punch or something, I highly doubt that with the tone that it's going for.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
gameplay wise, I'm gonna remember it fondly, and the dungeon crawling being very satisfying and not frustrating,
All right, I'll
which
also
is a
throw
thing for
out
me.
there Yoshi and the Mysterious Book, which won't be in my final top 10, but what a charming little game. A nice entry for the Yoshi series. Good one for kids. So
Mhm.
that one came out this
I
year
do
as
want to get
well.
that one. But the price tag,
Oh,
of course, is
nice.
Nintendo, so it's
I don't think it's worth that full price as an adult who's looking
because
for
it's like
serious platforming,
60, right?
but
60,
yeah,
something like that.
I
Yeah.
would wait. I would wait on that one for sure. Hey, what about Mouse PI? What's that one? The Mouse, what's that one called? PI for Hire.
PI for Hire. Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
God, I love that game so much. I still think about going back to it because the gameplay loop was so freaking satisfying. And there are still jokes that I think I just wasn't paying attention to. I was just like skipping along the dialogue sometimes. So like, okay,
Yeah.
I know what they're saying. That I would just miss some reference, and they're not always references to mice and cheese like the reviews tend to say. Which
Oh
yes, there
my
are a ton of those
gosh.
references. Of course, there are references to that. They're and like they're all mice. Like that's the
So
thing.
annoying. It's so annoying to
Uh,
have to even explain that. It's so annoying to even
right.
have to say
But
it.
there's so many references to other movies and video games, TV shows, and tucked throughout that it's easy to miss. And the voice acting is just so top notch, and I love the boss fights. God, that game's so good. But I mean, we're talking
Yeah.
about like this back half of the year is kind of stupid and disrespectful. So
Yeah.
I don't have high hopes
So
for it, to be honest.
in that same vein, there's one that's actually it finished its kind of scoring run in the high 70s on average, which kind of surprised me because I finished this game. I love it. I haven't really played anything else like it, and it's Replaced. I think that game is phenomenal. I think Replaced is wonderful. And I know that
Yeah,
for some
that's
folks
that's
they
up there
fell
for me
off of
too.
it, but
Hmm.
I love Replaced. If nothing else, it's going to be one that I really push hard for when it comes to visuals, regardless of all the other great visuals we've had this year. I'm going to really want it acknowledged for that. But
I
overall,
agree.
as a game, I
I
loved it
would
too. I'm a little
Me personally, I would
surprised how
put
low
this
it
up
is.
there. Like if we had to like toss a coin or something against the 2DHD other games or whatever, I would easily put this one like number one compared to anything else that has come out, or even maybe will
Yeah.
come out. Who knows what Final Fantasy Resonance will look like? But I think we all kind of know because it's
Yeah.
Octopath.
Yeah.
Uh,
It's going to be beautiful. It's going to
but
be
this one is
perfect.
just
Yeah.
so crazy how they pulled it
Yeah.
off. It is God, and the combat and the
Yeah.
camera tilts like during the certain executions and
So good.
stuff, so
So
freaking
good.
rad.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yep. Another one that's got a cool art style that my son played. I watched him play a bit of it. I played it for a little while, but then he picked up the mantle and then kept on going. I don't know if he finished it or not, but he got really far, and that was Mio Memories in Orbit.
Oh,
side-scrolling game.
yeah.
That game
I
is
just
really
I have to
cool
say,
looking.
yeah, that game looks really cool. A little more on the
Hmm.
challenging side for me personally. I didn't play it long, but it was really, really beautiful to look at. I hurt for the developer. I think they did just shutter their doors this week
Yeah, I think so
because of
too.
low sales or something, and that sucks, man.
Wasn't it on Game Pass? I feel like Game Pass is killing studios. We always talked about
I
it with like
legit
the
can't even
softwares.
remember, but I think it was. I think that's where I played it for. Yeah, I think so.
I'm pretty sure it is. Doesn't that suck? Just feels like when you go on Game Pass, unless I don't know, it feels like a lot of times it could ruin your company if you're on Game
Yeah,
Pass, which
yeah. I
sucks.
guess that. God, that
Um,
sucks.
all right, moving on. We've got Lego Batman Legacy of the Dark Knight. That's got to be up there for a few of us, for sure. I think the new Lego Batman. I know you really liked that one a lot too, Jeff. So
Yeah, that one's
that's pretty
very
sweet.
high for me. Even though it's
Yep.
like, yes, it's silly Lego Batman, but like the open world aspect, they crushed the
Yep.
Arkhamness of it completely to the point where I went back to Arkham Knight and I didn't get very far in it. Obviously, there's so many new games to play, but I did get further than I had ever before. And I was like, God, the
Nice.
amount of care that they took in Legacy, or sorry, Lego Batman Legacy, well, blah blah blah.
Uh
It's
huh.
it's
Yep.
so freaking incredible how much
Yep.
care they put into it, and like not just that, you get to play all these other characters you'd never expect to play, and
Mm-hmm.
certain iconic scenes like the Joker chase and the Dark Knight, which is one of the final chapters. Not to spoil it, but I mean it's all over the trailers and shit, and you'll find it
Yeah, it
somewhere.
is.
Uh,
I love how
but
good that game
that's
reviewed
so
as well,
cool.
because Lego games are kind of an afterthought when it comes to what's their
Yeah,
score. Like I don't really think about that, but this one really
yeah,
did
we're just like
well,
it's
and
fun.
people seem
7,
to really
it's
like it.
fun. Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Exactly. Yeah. So there's a couple games that got a third entry. One of them is Neo 3. Another one is Monster Hunter Stories 3. People really enjoyed those. I haven't played either of them yet, but be curious to try both of them out. But also the one that came out this year was this a game we've heard about for a while, but I think most of us were skeptical about until it launched. That's Pragmata from Capcom. I think
dude.
that one caught me way off guard, and I did not complete my homework assignment from a few weeks back to complete it yet. I did start it back up and play it some more. I just haven't finished it yet. That game
Yeah,
rules. That game is so good.
yeah, I agree. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
still
that
like
one's up
top.
there
We're
high.
talking like if I were to rank right now, it'd be like top 3. Like I still
Yeah,
just
me
the
too.
experience with the gameplay, the story, the
Yeah.
character work.
Yep.
God, the inventive boss fights and
Yep.
the weapon upgrades and the way you'd have to spec yourself before going out
Mm-hmm.
or change it on the fly. Like just be like, this isn't working. Let me try this instead and pick up this little card, whatever they're called, the little skill cards on them.
Yep.
But
Yep.
it's crazy inventive game. Like it's
I agree.
like yes, it's a third person shooter, but there's so much hacking and other stuff involved that it's just that's an oversimplification to just be like
And
it's
it's
a
got the
shooter.
whole dad simulator thing happening, right? Where you're taking care of this
Yeah,
cute little character
it's
that you would give your
yeah,
life for, you know?
yeah, it's
Mm-hmm.
dad space. Yeah,
That's dad in space. That's right.
dad space.
Um, the last one that that was not already kind of on the list we went through with the videos before is mixtape. So I want everyone just take a second, get real mad at me. That's fine. I don't care. Get mad if you want to. Mixtape is good. Okay? Mixtape is
It's
good. I'm
genuinely a
sorry.
great narrative experience.
It
I
is. Now listen,
and
you might have
yeah,
gone into it wanting it to be woke so you could be mad, or wanting it to be like not accurate to the 90s or whatever so you'd be mad. But if you went into it as I did with at least somewhat of an open thought of like, let me just try this out and see what this the only thing I had in my head was someone said it is a narrative driven game that has kind of similar vibes to what's that 70s pot movie that we were talking about? Uh Hilarious one.
dazed and confused.
Dazed and Confused, thank you. It's
Yeah,
got Dazed and Confused vibes, but it's set in the 90s and it's really focused on music. That's all I had in my head. I didn't have in my head that anyone had an agenda or that I'm going to vote differently now after I play this game or whatever weird thing people have in their heads. It's a good game. And I'm sorry. And if that makes you angry, I apologize. I'm sorry
it
that you're
is
mad,
good.
but
I
it
can
is good.
I can see us just at the end of the day, we're gonna be like, if I were to predict 6 months from now, which is gonna be very hard with the loaded plate we're gonna have, but
Impossible. Yeah.
we're probably gonna be talking up the visuals a lot, at least as an honorable mention, by the end of
Yep.
it.
Yep.
And the
And the
story
music,
for
of
sure, because it
course.
is literally the story is like
Yep.
the thing of the game. And even if the story is very familiar, it's still the thing. And yeah, the music incredible. Yeah.
of course.
But
Yeah.
I don't think it's gonna even now would hit the top 10
No,
collectively.
it would struggle as an
Yeah.
overall game, I think, to make our final top 10. Right now, it's definitely in my top 10 of my favorites this year,
hmm
but it's towards the
Yeah,
bottom
it's
of
in
that
the
list
bottom.
already, which is
Same.
crazy. Because for me, just to wrap it up with the things that are towards the top for me, it's going to be 007 First Light and Pragmata and Resident Evil Requiem and Forza Horizon 6. Like, those are the ones that are really top of the
Yeah.
chain for me for 2026 so far. There's others too that have really caught my attention and I've really enjoyed. But man, those are the ones that have just they've blown me away. Like I
Those
listen,
are pretty much
replaced is in my top 10 for sure.
yeah,
There's a few
same.
others, but and mixtape is in my top 10, but those are kind of underneath the heavy hitters for me.
I think like you and I will probably just at this point, if we did make a collective top 5, our top 3 would probably be identical because other than Resident Evil Requiem, which I didn't play, I would just like kind of bow to it and just be like, okay, you guys do what you want with it, put it where you want, you know. But
I'm
double
too
oh
scared
7
of it. I don't want to talk
Forza,
to it.
yeah, 007 Forza and Pragmata are top 3 right now. Like I don't know if it's that
So
order,
good.
but they're
Yeah, I
all
don't know
incredible.
either.
And then of course I have replaced in there. I do have Adventures Valley in there for now. I'm hoping the tone doesn't wear on me with the whole kind. Like it's
Hmm.
just so everything's great. Like it's just that kind of whimsy, lightheartedness that I'm
Yeah.
a dark soul. What can I say? Except I don't like Dark
Yeah.
Souls games.
Except you hate Dark Souls. Doesn't make any sense,
Yes,
Jeff. Doesn't make any sense. And that's
somehow
okay.
I have a dark
Somehow
soul.
you're a Dark Soul. And we're back.
Yeah, and we're back. Yeah.
And we're back. Oh my gosh. Well, and I think I want to make sure I'm not missing something. I feel like there was something else early this year that Kyle played, and I'm blanking out. I'm sorry, Kyle, that you're not here to throw this in there,
Was
but
there a
there's something.
Yakuza game or something?
I feel like there always is, right?
I
Isn't there always a
there was
Yakuza game?
there was a proper remake of Yakuza 3, I think. Yakuza Kiwami
Oh yeah,
3.
that did come out this year.
I don't
Yeah,
that is a remake though. I don't know how always forget. The rules vary year to year. So
I think
just
I think
depends.
Crimson Desert was the main one that you and I don't hold as high on our lists. That both Kyle and Dan have pretty high on theirs. I think Pokopia
Right.
as well. They both really like Pokopia a lot. I
Yes,
think
Pokopia for
that one's
sure.
probably up there. Um,
I
so
still kind of
I
want to
mean,
call it Pocopia or Pocopia or
Poca-
something.
I don't know.
Pocopia, like it's a sopapia.
Pocopia sounds like something you got diagnosed with. I wouldn't say Pocopia. Something about that just doesn't sound right.
Pocopia is like
But
a dessert on the border or something.
that's exactly what it is. You know, we almost have 10 games that are like a decent top 10 for an entire year, and we still have 6
Yeah,
more months of insane releases on the way. We won't go through all those now. Maybe next week we'll do a preview for the next year, for the rest of the year. But
that's a good idea.
I'll tell you,
Yeah,
it has been a really solid year so far. It's fun to see, kind of look back and see how things have delivered. Not as fun to see the stuff that didn't deliver, but so far, I have not had a lot of games that I've been hyped for that have let me down this year. It's like so far, I haven't had like a
I'm with you.
major letdown of a game that I was hyped for. Now, there's been
Oh,
games that I
I
thought, oh, I thought
did.
that one would have done better, but
I did,
no.
but it wasn't the after Justin Roiland left the team for High on Life. The the writing, the
Oh yeah,
comedy of
High
the
on Life
writing
2.
did go down when they released their DLC High on Knife. So I played High on Life
Still funny.
2 and I was like, this
Yeah,
sucks. Like this is just
yeah,
bad. And that kind of
yeah,
did let me down because I thought they would bounce back. But I
yep.
just couldn't. It was just the dialogue was just so atrocious to me. And trying
Yeah,
very,
the
very, very
closest
hard
things
for the
to
laugh.
disappointments for me so far this year would be like, and this is, by the way, this is me with secondhand knowledge. We could have a whole podcast just about everything that I've spouted off without
Secondhand
actually
knowledge.
experiencing it myself. Just a secondhand knowledge podcast. But from
That's what I heard.
Life is Strange reunion, that I thought
Yeah.
that would have done better. Certainly did not. I think the God of War side scroller should have been right up my alley, and boy, does that sound like it was not a good game at all. The Sons of Sparta
Mhm.
side scroller that came out.
I got like 2
Um,
hours into it, and then I just kind of got tired of it, and I was like, "Oh, I guess this is the
I think
game."
that's generally
Okay.
why I ended up getting a lot of
Yeah.
6s and 7s, is because people were like, it's not like it doesn't work, but it doesn't keep you there. Like it just anyway, that's just what I've
Yeah.
heard from a lot of folks about it. Should have been excellent, is all I mean. The God of War IP deserves a really excellent version of a game like that, in
I
my
couldn't
opinion.
agree more. Yeah.
Greedfall 2, I think there's a lot of high hopes for that, and that
Oh,
just fell on its
RIP the
face.
developer too. Yeah.
RIP to the developer. Like that is
Or
a
is it the
rough way to
publisher?
go
I
out.
guess the publisher died
Oh
or
yeah,
something.
it
I
was
don't know.
publisher. You're right. You're right.
Yeah.
And there's probably others as well, but some of those are ones that stand out to me as ones that I know I was hoping, hey, if this is
Yeah.
good enough, maybe I'll jump on board. But didn't quite win me
Especially
over.
because I know, like when Derek was regularly on the podcast was when Greedfall was out, and he was like, "No, this is
Greedfall,
actually
he
good,
loved that game.
and this is a good template for a follow up." And so there was like
Yeah,
some modicum of hope, at least, that there would be like,
yeah,
"Cool, this is the game that's going to be,
right. A
this
lot
is
of
the
times those
one."
developers come back with a sequel, and it's like they just did it, they broke through, but this didn't happen, which was too bad. But anyway, all that to say, there's a lot of good games already out this year, even more to come. I think the second half of the year is going to be even heavier in terms of like legit contenders, and I think we've already got 4 or 5 really strong game of the year contenders. I think we probably have, I could be wrong, maybe I'm overestimating it. I think there's another 7 or 8 legitimate game of the year contenders that are still on the way the rest of this year. There's just too many good ones. Everything from Control and the new Wolverine game, of course, Grand Theft Auto. You got too many major games. The new Final Fantasy Resonance game. There's too many that are game of the year contenders. So it's going to be interesting to see how it all shakes out. But hey, I'm here for it. I'm here to spend my money on it. Now that I can't afford any consoles anymore, that's okay. I don't
Yeah,
need
because
any
we
more
bought them all.
consoles.
Yeah, that's
I don't
we
need
bought
any
them
more.
already. Yeah.
I'm all set. But anyway, well, listen. Thanks for hanging out tonight, Jeff. I know you were missing out on a AEW thing. Hopefully, you can go get
Some
caught up on that deal.
Yeah, some
And
hot graps, as we call it in the circle.
crap. Yeah,
grapple,
and
like it's okay. Anyway,
no, I followed you, but just the phrase "hot graps" again sounds like something you'd be diagnosed with. It does not sound good. Like, he came down with the hot graps. You know what I mean? It does not sound good. Oh my gosh. Anyway, thanks for being here, and thank you all for watching and listening. Dan and Kyle will maybe resurrect for next week. Who knows? We'll find out then.
Somehow.
Until then,
Yeah.
we'll see you. Somehow we'll see you on the next one.